Reality doesn't break, it bends. What if reality isn't as fragile as we imagine? Not a sheet of glass that shatters under pressure, but a flowing, adaptive system, one that bends instead of breaks. We've all felt it, that strange sensation of living the same moment twice, a time loop, a flicker of déjà vu. Someone vanishes from where they should be, only to return as if nothing ever changed. A memory you were certain was real, suddenly dissolving, replaced by a blank. And yet, the world goes on. No rupture, no crash. Just a quiet, almost imperceptible shift. Because reality doesn't panic when things go wrong. It reroutes. It doesn't fail. It adapts. It doesn't break. It bends. Consider time loops. How is it that moments sometimes repeat with uncanny precision? That sense of reliving, not just vaguely, but with emotional and spatial fidelity. Like reality pressed rewind, altered a single variable, and hit play again. If time were truly linear, truly locked in place, these glitches wouldn't be possible. And yet they are. Maybe time isn't broken, maybe it's bendable. A flexible stream, with loops and eddies woven into the current. And then there are the disappearances. Not dramatic, subtle. You look around and realize someone isn't where they should be. They were just here, and then they weren't, until they are again. No one else notices. No one remembers. Reality doesn't call attention to the anomaly. It simply corrects, silently, smoothly, as if it were recalculating. And when it does, your memory might adapt too. That gap, the moment they were gone, begins to blur, until even you can't be sure what happened. Like a video game that seamlessly patches a bug mid-play without crashing the level. Reality is more like that than we care to admit. Even your memories, those private anchors of truth, aren't immune. They fade, re-emerge, or shift in meaning. A smell, a sound, a face. Gone for years, then suddenly vivid again. Where was that memory all this time? Did your brain forget it? Or did something reset your access? This isn't evidence of error, it's evidence of resilience. Your mind isn't just recording reality, it's constructing it. And sometimes, to maintain the illusion of continuity, it edits. Not because something broke, but because something changed, and the system adjusted. We see this mirrored in quantum mechanics. Particles exist in multiple states until observed. Superpositions, entanglement, probabilities that only resolve when we force them to. This isn't a failure of reality. This is reality working exactly as intended. It allows for contradiction, for duality, for uncertainty. It doesn't collapse, it absorbs. Imagine a world coded not in binary but in elastic logic, where paradox isn't forbidden but built in, where existence can hold yes and no in the same breath until we look and the wave collapses into one or the other. That's not fragility, that's elegance. And consider déjà vu, a moment that feels so familiar it stuns you, as if your mind is brushing against a nearby version of reality. Not the past, not imagination, but a parallel groove, a branch, a rerun, a soft echo in the simulation, rendered just close enough to bleed into your perception. And again, reality doesn't break. It bends. It lets you feel the resonance, then moves on. If all of this were malfunction, we'd expect chaos. But instead, we experience harmony. A warped harmony, sure, but one that self-corrects. Every anomaly gets absorbed into the narrative. Every contradiction becomes a thread in the story. That's not a bug, that's design. Maybe we've been looking at this all wrong. Maybe reality was never meant to be rigid. We've long believed in the idea of an objective world, static, fixed, deterministic. But what we're seeing is something far more complex, a system that adjusts not just around physical forces, but around you, your memories, your attention, your expectations. It's as if the universe knows how to edit itself in real time, to prevent a crash, to reroute the scene, to preserve coherence even as things go off script. Not a hard simulation with brittle rules, but a soft one, a fluid system with elasticity built in, one that absorbs time loops, that fades memories, that lets someone vanish and return. Because it doesn't need to be perfect, it only needs to feel real. So the next time something strange happens, when the world doesn't quite behave the way it should, when a moment repeats or slips or simply doesn't add up, don't assume it's broken. Watch carefully. You may just be witnessing reality bend. And in that subtle curvature, you may be standing at the edge of something we've only just begun to understand. A reality not defined by certainty, but by its ability to carry on, no matter how impossible things seem.